Hi everyone and welcome for today's video. Thank you so much for sending me so many ideas and wishes for my last video where I asked you what you want me to do with the Arteza products that Arteza has sent over to me. And this is the first of many videos to come where I'm going to play with them and test out what they can do and what they can't do. So I've decided to open the metallic acrylics first because I used metallics before, not that often and never in such a color range that Arteza is going to offer in this set. Which colors you have in there you have seen where I filmed over it, and I'm really curious how they work and if they react as I think they're going to react. Something that I actually expect is that the metallics are not as opaque as regular acrylics, which happens all the time when I use metallics. So this is something they seem to have in common, which is kind of logical because of the metallic shimmer pigments that are sitting in there. So most of times with the metallics one needs about 2 or 3 layers to have them really opaque, but my interest here is more about the shimmer than for the opaqueness. And as I'm pretty sure that you cannot await testing them as well, I've put you the Arteza direct links in my video description, as well as a 10% discount code in case you want to give them a try. And of course I would be happy if you use my links to access the store. In today's project we're actually going to do something that I have done in the past before, which will require a canvas, the paints and some soap. So this is really a simple technique that you can get your children and grandchildren's being creative, especially when it comes to celebrations like birthday parties or something like that. So this is really fun to make and really easy. Basically you just have to pick the colors that you want to use for your project. You use the canvas, and I would recommend using a canvas or something that is waterproof, I would say. So probably not a canvas board or something similar like that, because we are going to wet this in the very end, and if it is too absorbent when it comes to water, it's going to be, it's going to bend or it's going to be ruined whatsoever, something we do not want to have. So a canvas is pretty much a good choice to go for. Once you have picked the colors of your dreams, you're going to just brush them on there. And therefore color choice can be totally random. The colors do not need to match actually. I kind of try to match them, but you can go totally wild. But as you've seen in the thumbnail already, we are going to cover it with a really dark layer, so you want the colors to pop. So do not use too dark colors, as there will be less contrast in the end. So just layer colors onto the canvas. You can use as many shapes as you want, as large or small shapes, as many colors as you want, just go crazy there. And then let it dry. As expected in the very beginning, the metallic colors are not as opaque to have the canvas covered completely in the first layer, which is completely okay. So this is nothing bad for the paints, it is just as it is. And after the first layer was dried, I just added another layer of the paints, and then everything was really pretty and shiny. As a small side note, as a plus when it comes to this opaqueness of the colors, they work really pretty when it comes to staining something. So if you have a base layer of whatsoever color and you just want to give them a shimmer without changing the overall color, those work brilliant for it. Or if we have added some crackling paint onto a resin artwork or something, and I had this question especially a couple days ago, and you do not have the color that you want it to be, use these metallic colors, paint over them, you will see the cracks still through the paints, and you will give it a completely new look, color and shimmer, and it works really great. I do not have footage for this here, but I've done this in the past with metallic acrylics, and this is just really great. After you have your colors on your canvas, everything has to dry. I again cheated using my heat gun or a hairdryer just to speed up the process, and this is pretty easy and pretty quickly done. After that, the fun part begins, which children are going to be crazy about. And why I know? Because I went crazy about as well. So this is honestly the most fun part about the entire thing. Depending on what you are having available in your stores, I would recommend using the dishwasher soap gel. So the thicker version of the dishwashing soap actually. Reason why? Because when you add regular dishwashing soap, it is a bit more liquid. And so the lines that you're going to pour over your canvas are spreading a bit. If you're using the gel version, everything is going to stay a bit more in place. As a small side note, if you do not want to use dishwashing soap at all, There are also some alternatives that you could use, which is using some yarn, for example, and wrap it around. You have to be careful for the last step though, but it works almost the same. When it comes to adding the soap, you can go crazy again. You will pretty quickly come to a point where you think you've added enough of the dishwashing soap. If we are there, just add a bit more. And for the lines that you're adding, do not go too straight, so make some curves and random shapes as it will look better in the end. And when you hit a point where you think, so this really is enough soap now, you can stop. And once you've stopped, it is time to add the cover layer. I, for my part here, picked my airbrush and a black acrylic airbrush paint. You can use whatever color you want, but make sure to have a high contrast color. So if you have added lighter colors, you would probably go for a darker color. If you have added darker colors, perhaps you would probably go for a lighter color. And I will add 2 more pictures of artworks that I've did in the past with 2 versions, so that you can see how different each of the looks are. I have added a couple layers of my airbrush acrylics, dried them in between and added more layers just to really have a good coverage. If you do not have an airbrush yourself, but have perhaps spray paint acrylics, you can use them as well. After your layer top coat is applied, make sure it really dries completely, because the next step involves adding some water over the entire thing. As you can see here in this video, I've just put it into a bathtub and activated our shower. What the water is going to do, it will wash off the dishwashing soap and the paint sitting on there along with it, and it only leaves this part intact where the paint was directly sitting onto the canvas. And along with the dishwashing soap, the black pigments were also gone and reveals the layer that was underneath. And so you can really achieve a really pretty look. If you perhaps have an acrylic pour painting that did not turn out as you intended, or you just do not like the end result at all, why not try this technique and see if it probably can save you the artwork. So for those of you who have not seen the videos about this technique that I did in the past, hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you others did enjoy watching it too. And probably I could inspire you to do something like that yourself. If you do and want to show me, you can get all my contact details down below in the video description, and you can also see the product links as told in the beginning of the metallic paints down there as well. The 10% discount code is valid throughout the entire month of August, so if you want to use this code for your next shopping tour with Arteza, I would be glad seeing you being creative. And yeah, if you like this video, please make sure to leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so far. Make sure to leave me a comment what you think about the project, if you did something like that before. And if you have a new idea that you want me to try, just let me know in the comments as well. So thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and other than that, I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great day, bye bye.